My name is Juan, and this is Network Architecture and Protocol, Assignment 1, Melbourne Polytechnic. And for this assignment, we're going to be implementing a voice over IP service. How are we going to do it? We're going to be installing a freePBX. So it's an open source web-based graphical user interface software. So saying that, so first we're going to be installing it in our computer host, and to access the graphical user interface, you're going to be using a web browser. We're going to be installing 2 servers, and then we're going to have 2 outbound routes in which we're going to be connecting the 2 zip trunks to be able to make the 2 phone calls from server 1 to server 2. And how we're going to make the calls? We're going to be installing Zoiper, and so we're going to log in with the extension number and the server number and try to make one phone call from freePBX server 1 to server 2 with the given extensions. We're going to start by opening the VirtualBox in which we have installed the freePBX. So I got 2 of them already installed here and configured. So now we just need to click on start. It's going to take a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'm just going to pause. Okay, now it's asking me for the user ID. Again, will be root, password, oops, incorrect. Okay. So here is gonna give me all the network configuration details. Just have to focus on the very first chart in which it says IP address 10.1.1.186. That is my private IP address for this virtual machine for PBX. So now you're going to open a Chrome browser, new window, just to make it easier. Okay, so it's 10.1.1.186. Enter. And this is the graphical user interface, my web browser. Okay. So now here's where we're going to play around with the features. All the applications that it has a lot of very useful features. Can broadcast, reminders, call ID management, conferences, directory, multiple extensions, follow me, which is like you can have many devices under the same extension, and if I'm not picking up one of them, then it's going to be ringing on another device until I pick it up. Okay, you got multiple languages. You can use Spanish, Italian, Chinese, pretty much any language here. Just really good. Okay, we're gonna start by using their extensions. We're going to be creating the extensions. I already created 2 of them just to speed up this presentation. And this is the PJ-zip. It's gonna be the protocol that we're gonna use to communicate and send all the voice data over the internet. That's gonna be the channel protocol. Okay, this is the extension number. This is the protocol. How do we create another one? Okay, to create another extension, we're going to click on Send Chat PJ-zip extension. Not this one. This is an old protocol, but now this software is going to use Chat PJ-zip extension. It uses the resources of the computer more efficiently, so it's way better. So we click on Add a new PJ-zip extension. User extension. So the extension number to dial to reach these users. That will be, say, so we're using the number 1 as a first number, and then we'll give it, say, 1400 on this server. The PAC technology is listed on port 5060 on UDP, so all the connections will be on UDP. Here we can already see the extension number on PJZip extensions. Display name, we're gonna give it a really easy name, say something easy to remember, say John Smith. We're gonna say John Smith. Outbound, same password 1. This is the password we're gonna be using with Zoiper. We have the option to have a password for the voicemail, so you can open the voicemail with a password, and you also have the option to get your voicemail messages sent to your inbox on your email address, but then your messages are going to be deleted from your voicemail if you choose to receive your voicemail to your email address. But just another option that they provide. You probably have to pay extra for it. So once it's done, you click on submit, and then you apply configuration. Once you make any changes, you have to apply configuration right away, just to make sure everything is saved. Otherwise, you might lose your progress. This might take 1 or 2 minutes. So we did the same here with the other extensions. Here we can edit or delete. So the display name is 1. The extension number is 1000. Secret password, that's the password we're gonna use to log in with Zoiper. Same here. Everything is done. Now we're going to go to connectivity. Connectivity, and we are going to create the outbound routes. So there's already one that is being created. Already did it previously. So this is the route 1 for the freePBX1. So we're going to have another route for the freePBX2 that I'm gonna show you later. So here are the options to edit, and it says that it's going to be linked to the trunk. So in route settings, we give it a name. And then here we say it's going to be a permanent route. Sometimes you can choose to have a route that is going to be placed on certain times of the day. So for this one, we're going to have it available at all times. It's going to be a permanent route. And this is the trunk ID. That's the trunk that we created to connect to the route. All right. In dial patterns, we're going to say that we want this route to connect with the numbers with these numbers. So the other freePBX that I already did, it's got extensions and trunks with 2000, with the number 2000. So we're going to have the prefix number is going to be true, and then the other three numbers can be any from 0 to 9. That's what the X means. Alright, so once we've done it, we have to click on submit and then apply config as we did previously. So how do we create the trunks? So we go into trunks, technology, we're gonna use the PJ-zip again, same as the extensions. So that's the protocol, if that makes sense. Status enable, here we can click on edit. Trunk name, I keep this trunk 1000, which is gonna be as a reference to know that this is gonna be the trunk for the server 1 with all the extensions that has the numbers 1000. Now, so here again, we can see for this trunk, it says that it's used by one route. That's the route 1 that we look at before. And again, this is the match pattern, and as I said, the X means matches any digit from 0 to 9, and this is like the prefix number, like any number that starts with 2 and then from 0 to 9. Submit, and then we will click on apply config. PJ-zip settings. So the zip server, this is going to be the opposite server, the other one that we're going to be contacting, or we're going to be calling. So you should see this is 1A6, and this one is the other PBX server, which is 168. Very similar, just don't get confused here. Okay, this one we're just gonna keep it as default. Then we click on submit, and we're gonna see again the apply config. We click on it right away once it shows up all the time. Okay, so the trunks is done and the outbound route is done. Now we're gonna go and try to open the second freePBX. Okay, now we're gonna open the second freePBX. Click on start. We're gonna wait. So Sancoma is the tech company that is managing freePBX. Okay, again, so it's asking me for root login. All right, here we got an IP address 10.1.1.168. So that's the one we're gonna use to log into the web browser. 1.1.1.168. It's the second freePBX. Right here. Once we logged into the second freePBX, okay, so we are going to be doing the same stuff we did with the first one. So we're going to be creating the extensions. So I already did 1, 2 extensions, which is going to be 2000 and 2100, Baby Jones and Pablo. Same settings. PJ-zip. Okay. So I did the same PJ-zip. Now the outbound route, as mentioned previously. So this is going to be the second route. We're going to click on it and we'll see route 2, name permanent route, same as the other one, also a permanent route, but this one is going to be connected or linked to the trunk 2000, which is going to be for the free PBX. And this one is not going to have the true, it's going to have the number of the other extensions on freePBX1. For this reason, you're going to have 1xxx, means it's going to be matching the any digit from 0 to 9. So pretty much going to be using the opposite numbers, right? Okay, so once the outbound route is done, we also have to go to trunks. We create a trunk, and this is going to be called trunk 2000 for freePBX2. PJZip, exactly the same. Status enabled, and here you're gonna have trunk name, outbound caller ID, trunk 2000. Dial numbers, same. It's gonna be the numbers from the other freePBX server. Going to click on submit, apply configuration, and here we can see it's going to be using or connecting to the freePBX on the server 1 on this server ID, which is going to be 1A6, and this is 1A6. Okay, it says it's in use by one route. So once this is done, you're going to be opening the soft phones. You're going to be opening Zoiper. So I already downloaded it. It's gonna log out. Okay, so we open Zoiper, and here we're going to be using one of the IP addresses and extension numbers. So this is number 1. Okay, so we're gonna be using extension 1000. How do we log on? 1000 at server IP. That's the one. Oops, we don't want this. We don't want this. No. And the password is going to be password 1. It's the one we set up. Okay, now we go and click on login. That's the IP, yes. Skip, and it's going to be using zip UDP because that's the one that he uses for PJZip. Okay, now we need to click on next. All right. Oops, not. This is something that I was trying to do before, and then something went wrong. So how are you going to call another number? We're going to be calling the another extension to the PBX3, but first we need to open another Zoiper. That means you're going to be opening a which one is it? Windows 8.1. Okay, once here, we're going to open Zoiper. That's going to use a lot of computer resources. Continue as a free user real quick. And I already logged on to the freePBX server 2. As we can see, this is the extension number 2000. And let's have a look at the extension 2000. 2000 is David Jones. And on the freePBX server 10.1.1.168. This is the extension. This is the IP number for this freePBX server. Now we're going to proceed to make a phone call from server 1. So I'm just going to put this on the side here. Okay. I'm going to call it 1000. And let's see. So here we see that is ringing, and here is receiving. Now we can answer, but there's going to be a lot of echo. Call is going on. For the speaker, you can mute. You can see statistics here. We can also encrypt any phone call. But however, that might get an extra charge for this special feature. There's more features, but then you will have to pay extra for that. And like this one, you can make video calls and all sort of stuff. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now we're just gonna end the call. No, already ended. I'm gonna try the other way. I'm gonna call the other freePBX here. Incoming call, pick it up. So I answer the phone call. Now I'm just gonna hang up. Call ended. Yep, perfect. It's all working. No, right now I need to log out. How do I do it? Yes, perfect. So that was it for today. Thank you very much. That was freePBX. And I'm just gonna show you real quick how the network design, the network diagram is. So what I did was the following. So I got the two freePBX servers, one server here, one server here, two servers, the 186 and 168, and this is the virtual machine, and this is my host laptop. And on this virtual machine, I was using the Windows 8, but I also have it on Windows Kali Linux. And then here I'm gonna make a phone call to laptop 1, the host. And so when the traffic goes, so it goes this way, it goes first to the freePBX, and then it goes to the trunk number, and then the trunk goes to the service provider, and then when the service provider recognizes that is a SIP ID within the same service provider, so that's going to be linked to the other trunk and then go to the freePBX and then send to the other extension. So this is extension 2, extension 1, and it's not gonna charge you extra because it's within the same network. And that's how it works.